In this video, we're going to talk about the Galaxy Gear 360 camera. What I'm going to do is show you a little bit around the device itself. Then I'm going to go into what the software does. I'm going to show you how it can be used as a standalone device as well as paired with your phone to be able to download information to your phone. I'm also going to talk a little bit about why you might like this. What are some of the pitfalls or downfalls of the device as well, and just kind of show you the software side of it also. So first, you have your dual cameras, right? You have here and here. As I understand, this is the front camera because you have your button here. This is your shutter button. Here's your display. We're going to go ahead and power it on right here, pressing the side button. You also have a menu and a Bluetooth connectivity. When you press that, it'll connect to your phone. Here on the front, it'll give you a display. Basically, it'll tell you what you're on, what your battery power is, how much time you have. On your menu button on the side, you can press that and change the functions. So video looping, HDR, landscape, it goes back that, settings, video, photo, time lapse. So you can go through the various settings and then press the front button in order to select. So those are your particular options, okay? Again, as I said, if you press and hold the menu button, it'll connect to your device. This, on the top, you have LED lights, and it may be a little bit more difficult to see just because I have a flash turned on here on my camera, but this little LED as well as this one show which cameras are lit up. And so it'll allow you to use both cameras at the same time, both front and back, which will allow you to stitch together a 360-degree view, which is pretty neat. You can also choose to just pick one camera versus, or the other, as opposed to doing both, so you can potentially use it in a blog setting. One of the things I did not like is that when you're holding it in your hand, I would hold it like this, or even if I hold my hand down lower, you are going to get your hand in the picture. I'm going to show you how that works. So I didn't really like that necessarily, that you're going to have your hand in the picture. The other thing I really didn't like is it requires an SD card, and if you don't put one in, even if you connect it to your phone that has an SD card, I'd like to see a software update where you can just not put an SD card in here and just record right to the phone SD. That would be so much nicer, to not necessarily have to have that extra SD card if you don't want to have it. But it does require it. I have an SD card in there, and it tells you, like I said, how much time is remaining in on the storage card as well. So that's that. Also, you have your back button as well as the power there. So from here, what I'm going to do is switch over to the phone app, which is the Gear 360 app that you can download, and walk through some of that, as well as fire up this camera and take some video and pictures from the phone, and then give you that view from the phone. This way you can see kind of on the phone what it does. You can use this as a standalone recorder, so you don't necessarily have to have it connected to the phone while using it. You can leave your phone somewhere else or just use this as a standalone device. You can do it, like I said, with both cameras, so you're getting that 360-degree view, or you can use just one camera and maybe use it for vlogging or that kind of thing. So from here, let's get into the software on the phone and how that interacts with the camera. Okay, on your phone here, you're going to have to download the Gear 360 app, which you can find in either the Samsung as well as the Play Store for Android. I believe it's also on the iPhone store as well. So go ahead and go into the Gear 360 app. From there, it's going to ask you if you'd like to view the gallery, take a picture or videos, live broadcast, which I think would be pretty interesting going forward, and I'll try that out. I'm not going to do it in this video, but that's something I will do in the future. And then you can go into settings and then, change your particular settings here. It's telling me my free space. Also gives you the ability to update your software if there's an update available. From there, I'm going to go into camera, and then it's going to, if I haven't already, it's going to ask me to connect here. So right now I'm in 360 view. As you can see, here's my finger holding the camera, as I mentioned before. And then here's my thumb on the opposite side. You're not really seeing that as much because that's in the view behind, but I can circle this around and now you're looking at me. So this is the 360 mode where you can essentially look 360 around a room based on just turning your finger. I'm swiping my finger to the right. Now I'll swipe my finger to the left. So I can see this entire room that I'm in right here on this, which is pretty neat. From there, then I can also on the left bottom here, click on this thing right here, and I can choose which camera I want. So I can choose just the front camera facing me. I can choose just the rear camera facing away from me. And with that, you can't swipe left or right. It's simply giving you the picture of what you're looking at, okay? And same going the other way. So you can use this for vlogging. You can look at the camera and maybe monitor it from your phone. As you can see here, I have my phone just a little bit below. If I put it up against the bottom of it, it does get a very wide angle. So I'd want to kind of have that out of the way if I'm doing that, okay? So here then, going back to the dual camera view, like I said, you can essentially see the entire scenario entirely around a room, which is pretty interesting, pretty cool, okay? Another thing that we're going to do here is go into the picture taking. So here I'm in video. I'm going to change with mode, and sorry, I was on photo there. Video is going to be essentially the same thing. So I'm going to go into video, and then it's essentially just going to be recording when I hit the red record dot. But it's going to do the same exact thing. So that's that. I'll go into mode once again. And on photo, I'm going to go ahead and take a photo. I'm going to snap the little white circle in the bottom in the middle of my screen there. And photo. Okay. So what I've done then is now I'm going to go out into the gallery and look at it. What I've done there is essentially created a, it's acting a little odd here, but I've essentially created a view here. I'm going to put this landscape. So now what I can do is I can look at these particular pictures, click on this 360 view here, and it's going to stitch both of the front and the back camera pictures together. And then just like we were looking at on the screen, I can then click on this once again, and I can look at the 360 view all the way around the room that I'm in. So pretty neat. Look upwards, look downward, so on. But as I said, I don't like the fact that my hand is in there. That's one of the things that I definitely don't think is something that I really appreciate. There's probably a way to fix that. I would say if you're going to use this based on what we're seeing, I recommend putting it on a tripod so that hopefully you won't see anything within that. So let's go back over here to taking pictures and videos, live action camera. I'm going to hold my hand as far to the bottom as I can. I'm essentially holding it on the gray part on the bottom, and you still see my hand. I'm going to go ahead and change to front camera, and then you're not going to see my hand, so that's not so bad. I'm going to change to the rear camera, and again, you're not seeing my hand. I'm going to creep it up a little bit toward where I would hold it in the middle. It definitely takes a much less top to bottom view when you're in single camera mode. So that's essentially the software as I see it. You can do time lapse, put it on HDR as well. But I think it's pretty interesting. I like the idea and the concept. I think I'm going to use this for some vlogging, and I also think I will use it for, maybe a little 360 video, but I'm definitely going to try it with live view as well. So go ahead and turn the camera around. Thanks again for watching this video. I'm going to ask you, what questions do you have? Do you like the camera? Do you have it? Are you thinking about getting it? What would you use it for? What would be the practical uses in your mind for this camera, and you know, any questions you have about it or something else that I should, you know, research or look at or talk about, I'd be happy to do that. So thanks for watching. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it or you learned something from it, and consider subscribing, and definitely let me know what other videos you'd like me to do, because that's kind of how I get inspiration and thoughts from what you guys share. So thanks once again, and talk to you on the next video.